Hi, and welcome back to the living room. Appreciate you stopping by for another visit. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. So I was at the local garden center, Nick's Garden Center here in Denver, Colorado, looking for African violet pots for my daughter's African violets because they need to be up potted. They're starting to grow out of the pots they're in, as well as pick up some large bark from them. And I found how I want to set up my Mecodes I recently got a few weeks ago. Like I said in my last video, I was not sure what I wanted to put her in. Well, while I was looking for African violet pots, I came across a little small African violet pot. So for those of you who don't know, African violet pots usually come with an inner pot and an outer pot. And when you set it in, it absorbs the water from the inside through the unglazed clay pot that's on the inside. And what I like to do, and this is just a little tip for those of you who use clay pots and don't do this already, and you may, but what I like to do is I like to soak them for about 30 minutes in nice warm water to open up all those pores so that once I'm ready to use it, it actually starts working. Because if you just put it in your pot dry, it'll take it a while to absorb the water and do what it's supposed to do. Whereas if you soak it for a little bit, like I said, 30 minutes, it'll start absorbing the water as needed to keep whatever it is you have in the inner pot moistened. So I am going to still put her on the orchiata bark that she was on originally. Take her out of here. And now that my pot is nice and soaked, just very loosely I'm going to put this moss in here, fluff it real good. All right, and then I'll put the orchiata bark and the orchid in. Let's see. Kind of want her as centered as possible. And this root that she came with, does look like it's trying to extend just a wee bit. So that's a good sign that she possibly will recover. And this, I don't know if it's a new, I don't know if this is a new growth or if it's a new root or what, but I'm just going to put it in the pot as well. And then the two bottom leaves here look like they're kind of dying off, but I'm going to leave them on there so she can absorb whatever energy she needs from them. And the top here appears that she is growing a new leaf right there. Do you see it? So I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't said it. Let me stop saying like I said. I hate that. I've noticed I say that a lot in my videos, so I apologize if that's annoying because it's annoying when I'm listening to it. But Mecodes is a jewel orchid, and they prefer more moisture and humidity than what we would normally think of as orchids, like our, Phalaenopsis, Cattleyas, and whatnot. So what the idea with putting her in the moss is, one, she will stay evenly moist at all times with this, hopefully, because ideally the inner pot will absorb the water and keep the moss, keep the moss evenly moist. Plus, hopefully, it'll also kind of create a little bit of extra humidity around her so that she gets that portion of it. And originally, I wanted to put her in like one of those little glass bowls and kind of create like a little terrarium for her. But then I got to thinking about how my moss might turn green and I'll have to constantly change her out. And I don't want to disturb her any more than I have to. So what I'm going to do, so there she is right now in her little setup. She's as centered as I could possibly get her. And then I'm just going to take some of my small bark here and just put a really light layer just to kind of help control algae on the top, but still leave it kind of open enough so that some of that humidity from the moss can get through. So there she is, right there. So like I said, just a really, really quick repot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this is from my zero water filter. So there's no pH or anything in there. There's no salts. I'm just going to pour a little bit at the bottom. And when you first get it, you have to kind of judge it. Sometimes you'll overfill. Oh, looks like I got it pretty good. But now what will happen is the water in the inner pot will get absorbed by the unglazed inner pot. I'm sorry. will absorb the water through the inner pot. You guys get what I'm saying. I don't know. I can't, my brain's not working today. I have brain fog apparently. Tell me what you think, if this will work. Let me know how you have your Jewell orchids, if you have any, set up. And we'll see you guys on the next one.